Chris Keeling. I'm the director, producer, writer on this little 5-minute documentary about this cool, like one of the coolest kids I know, Christopher Alexander Keeling II. He's a loving kid. He loves his dad. The rest, we learned he had something called Asperger's syndrome, which is also known as high functioning autism. When he gets excited, which playing video games with him, I'm not gonna lie, gets a little annoying when we die because he stims.
Kayla Miller. I am a special education kindergarten. What everybody does. Stimming is it's called self-stimulation. So when kids are overstimulated and are having that sensory overload, sometimes they'll stimulate themselves in some way just to kind of bring down the other sense that's kind of upsetting them or just throwing them off. Senses, just sometimes more than one, can get overloaded. Like, say you get a headache from really bright lights, you can get tensed up when they're in a crowded area, things like that.
He's your brother.
There we go.
You need to put it properly, that's not right. You have to put it on your chest like this and just put it down.
Oh, you know how to fold it? Finding a way to cope to something that is upsetting them because they don't have a way of either communicating what's upsetting them, or it's just what they do to help kind of calm them down. I mean, what people don't realize is stimming is actually something a lot of people do, even normal people, and they don't seem to realize it. Sometimes, like, I'll just shake my hand when you tap your foot up and down real fast. That's just because you want to move. That's self-stimulation too. That's something that everybody does, and sure, sometimes other kids with autism and adults have unique ways of doing it, so it can throw people off a little bit, but it's completely normal.
Sarah Keeling? Well, in my case, since I work with autistic people, I've seen kids get too agitated and upset because they can't process things like, regular kid, and for them to flap their arms when they're excited, it helps them calm themselves down because they only do it for a short period of time.
So now you're gonna be now you're gonna go backwards. After 100 you go this way, you take 5.
It's interesting because me hanging around a lot of autistic people, I've found, or my son is so to a T, just like a lot of these other autistic people, and it's interesting to see, that. But a kid with autism, once they stim and they're done stimming, they're back to their normal self and doing whatever they're doing. Kid gets sensory overload, they tend to do things to calm themselves down. They do that because they have too much going on in their mind and in their brain, and it helps them relax. Some will rock back and forth, others will make a noise, some will flap their hands, others will chew on their thumb part and index finger right here, chew on it, and all those things help calm them down because they can't process things like a normal person, so they have to figure out how to calm themselves down. Tell them what's going on, and that's just a normal reaction that he does or she does because they've got autism, and most autistic people will do something like that too because they're excited or they're upset.
There should definitely be more information about that out there and more of an attempt to spread it, because it does seem like you'll get a lot of parents who, I work with kindergartners, so I get a lot of parents who don't fully understand some of the things their kiddos do, and some parents come in and they know everything because they've gotten a good chance to be able to research it and stuff, but some people don't have the time or abilities to do that, so it should be more widely spread.
It's something I'm passionate about, this subject. I'm passionate about this cause. This is really a tribute to the awesome dude my son is.